Taking a look at today's equity index futures markets, let's look at the S&P 500 future today as it's realizing a little bit of upside here today. We are holding on to some gains as we move towards the close. However, intraday, we did see the S&P 500 futures and most of the other major equity index futures markets significantly higher initially this morning, with the intraday high for the S&P 500 future looking at the June contract, 4168.25 was the intraday high. Currently right around 4120 is where the futures market's priced. So again, up slightly on the session, but well off the intraday highs, as the markets are adjusting for a few different themes. Now, number one, this morning, I should say, initially it appeared that one of those driving themes was the potential for China to continue to relax some of the COVID protocol that they've had in place for the last month or more, and as that was rolled out over the weekend, it does appear that some of the restrictions are being lifted. The markets reacted positively that initially this morning. We did see, as I mentioned, most of the major equity index futures markets up better than 1%, if not more. Now, as we move through the day, the focus shifted to the Treasury markets, and we did see interest rates move higher today across all the different durations, with the 10-year reclaiming the 300 basis point marker, 3%. So it looks like 303 basis points on the 10-year right now. That's the highest level here in the last several weeks. And I think that had an impact on the markets as we continue to see Treasury markets moving higher throughout the session. And that, again, brought the markets off the highs for the session. But we're still seeing, again, higher price action across the board here as we move towards the close. Now, looking at the S&P 500 future, it's up about 35 basis points currently, so just right around 1/3%. But if you look at all the other equity index, the major equity index futures markets, today actually the Russell was one of the strongest performers, or it was the strongest performer of the four majors, up about 65 basis points. And then we did see the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 futures up about the same, just over 1/3%. The Dow futures were the weakest performer today, but still up slightly on the session. So again, a little bit of a shifting dynamic there from when you look at the relative performance of the major equity index futures markets today. But currently still seeing positive territory here for the S&P 500 future, up about 1/3% today, but well off the highs earlier in the session.